Hello everyone. Now, before we start the reading, I'm sure some of you are wondering why it is that I am dressed in military design with war paints. Well, my friends, it's because I'm dressed as any soldier would be dressed for war. Some of you may not be aware, but there is a spiritual war going on as we speak. I've heard a few different spiritual soldiers speak out about the final battle that is occurring this month in January. So I would like to talk to you a little bit about that in my intro videos this month. The final battle, I like to think of it as a video game. And like any final battle or any video game, you spend the entire series prepping and getting ready for this kind of boss character, this kind of final boss at the end. You know, we all have these kind of things in our life. It's these things that we get ready to fight. These things that have become a major battle for us. We all have things that we would like to overcome. We all have things that we're fighting for. We all have things that we're battling. And now these can be emotional wars. These can be spiritual wars. These can be mental wars, and they can very much be physical wars. But the one that I'm speaking about is more so a spiritual and emotional war, which in my opinion is even more serious and could be possibly even more bloody than the wars we've experienced in this physical realm. So, my friends, I've come to you with war paints. Well, my my I don't even know the word. That's how serious I am. I just can't even think of the word right now. This is my interpretation of war paints, because I wanted to visually express to you guys how serious this war is for us. This final battle that's taking place on this in a couple of days with the new moon in Capricorn. Now, for those of you who are a little confused still and who aren't really understanding, Capricorn is the 10th house, and in the 10th house, there you could find the legacy, you could find the government, you find the authority figures of power in our world. And with that being said, you can also find corruption. And I believe that has everything to do with the wars that we're going to be fighting the end of January. These are wars that we spent all of 2016 and 17 and 18 preparing for. And I strongly advise that you guys creatively and mentally and spiritually get ready for the wars that will be fought on the new moon in Capricorn. And I wanted to do the beginning of my videos this way because I know that on different levels we are all fighting different wars in our life. For some of us, we are fighting wars against ourselves. Others of us are fighting wars against our twin flame. Some of us are fighting wars against our shadow self. And as I mentioned, this war, you know, it took years and years and years for us to prepare for it. So needless to say, this final battle, this final boss is pretty gnarly. And we're going to need our entire mind, our entire body, our entire soul and spirit with us all together. It's very important that we face our fears and that we face what's up against us, whatever it may be. Whatever it may be, it's going to be different for all of us. But nonetheless, this new moon in Capricorn on the 15th is really going to reveal the true character of all of us. It's going to be nearly impossible to hide the true character of you, because that's what Capricorn is all about. Capricorn is about the true integrity that lies within a person, and for that matter, the true integrity that doesn't lie in some people. Nevertheless, it will be revealed. This is a very serious month. This is a very serious time. The moon and the sun have not had a chance to be together in Capricorn in a year. And now we have finally reached that point, guys. And as you all may know, Capricorn is a very serious and responsible energy. So this is all about rising above these mountains. These mountains that we climb. Mental mountains, emotional mountains, spiritual mountains, physical mountains. We all have mountains. We all have obstacles. And that's what Capricorn's about. Capricorn is about perseverance and pushing through the obstacles, right? Capricorn's ruled by Saturn. Saturn is all about what restricts us, what places boundaries on us. And I myself, as a Capricorn rising, have been recruited for this war for a very long time. Anyone with Capricorn energy, and let me tell you, we all have Capricorn energy somewhere. For those of you who have Capricorn in the 3rd house, you are being recruited to speak out with integrity. For those of you who have a Capricorn North Node, it is your destiny to fight. For those of you who are Capricorns, you are aware of this war going on. Capricorn Moon, you can feel this war. So wherever your Capricorn energy may be, that's where your integrity lies. That's where your character lies. For me, it's my spirit. And I just wanted to come to you guys today and utilize that Capricorn spirit that I have. So, like all my other videos, I do want to go over a little bit of the astrology, and I want to go over what you can look forward to in my readings this month. Very intense messages this month, guys. I'm going to try to still remain my positive Pisces creative self, obviously. This is me being creative in a more serious way. But yeah, you know, my readings are going to be pretty serious this month. And I mentioned mountains. I'm actually going to be doing a mountain spread. And this is just something that I creatively thought of, and you'll see in your video. So if you would like to continue watching, what you're going to be seeing and what I'm going to be giving you as a message is, I want to reveal to you the mountains of 2018. Possibly the mountains that you've been climbing for years. I want to reveal to you your obstacle. And for some of us, the war that we're fighting is going to be fought with our very own mountains. I don't want you to be afraid. Like, some of you may really get in physical fights, but you know, I'm disappointed if that's true, because it isn't the physical aspect that matters now. It's the spiritual aspect. What are you willing to spiritually fight for? Where does your spiritual integrity lie? Who is your spiritual character? Physical fights, you know, anybody can physically fight, but can you like fight on a soul level? That's what this is about, my friends. So Pisces Priestess is going to show you your final boss in mountain form, because this is Capricorn season. And yeah, I'm going to be doing that. So since Capricorn is the 10th house, I'm going to be using 10 cards to show you what your greatest obstacle is. And I hope you're following me here. I hope this makes sense, and I trust that this will make sense to those who it's supposed to make sense to. So also, on a lighter note, I have 2 special giveaways. Aries being one, and to be honest with you, I forgot to look at my YouTube to see who my second winner is. But Aries, shout out to you. You guys had over 1,000 views. And Aquarius, you guys had over 1,000 views on my last video last month. But Aries made it very soon. I'm very happy about that, because I spoke out last month about, you know, I didn't really have many Aries viewers. And apparently the universe heard me, and a lot of Aries have followed me, and they're giving me a lot of good feedback, and I really appreciate that. So Aries, stay tuned. You will be getting a special giveaway in your reading. I will be using a new deck that I received for a gift. I have not came out and shown anyone this deck yet. I will be doing a whole entire new video of its own, revealing this deck to you. That's going to be something fun, so be on the lookout for that video later on in the month, closer towards the end. And don't worry, everybody else, as a token of my gratitude for all of you, I have made it past 500 followers. And back in the beginning of my journey, when I thought of this YouTube channel, back when I had 12 followers, you know, which still meant the world to me. I never knew, it's not about the followers to me, it's about the message. And, you know, I told myself from day one, when you know, 500 is half of 1,000. Oh man, when I get 1,000 followers, you guys, oh wow, well, I will get creative about how I repay you all for that. I'm talking free readings, extra readings that I upload to YouTube, you name it. I'll be doing, because this matters so much to me, and I hope you can feel that in my readings. So thank you all so much for helping me with my battle. Part of my battle, you know, is being Pisces priestess, and I fight spiritual battles every day. I fight emotional battles with my own light and dark every day. You know, I am enlightened, and part of being a light worker and part of being on this enlightened journey is people think that you're perfect when you're enlightened and when you can do these kind of things, but it couldn't be farther from the truth. When I chose to be an enlightened individual, I chose to wear my darkness and I chose to wear my light so that I could speak out as an advocate for others who are struggling with their light and their dark. So I truly thank you from the bottom of my serious heart right now for each and every one of you who have followed and subscribed to my channel. I have 600 followers now, so as a token of my gratitude, I will be pulling an extra card for everyone. And it is Capricorn season, which is a little bit more of a mysterious season. So I will be pulling an extra card to reveal a secret to you from the House of Knights, which I think will be very helpful for the readings. So do look out for that, guys. And as I said, Aries and one other lucky sign, and I guess everyone's just gonna have to watch. I can't remember. I'm so sorry. I did not check, and I was so eager to start these videos. I didn't check who liked my videos. But Aries, you hands down, you won every month I give a special reward to whatever sign likes my videos the most and views my videos the most. And Aries, you won the view part. Now, as far as whoever liked my videos the most, I'll have to check, and I will be honest. I'll just check and see what number is the greatest. And so do look out for that. So another lucky sign, and it's going to be a surprise to me too. Might be Pisces, I don't know. But do look out for that, guys. So let's jump into the astrology, and then we will get going with your January readings. So prepare to understand your own mental mountains and spiritual mountains. This is going to be literally a mountain with 10 cards. So I'm very excited. So guys, you know, the astrology part. I have it on my phone this month. We started the month off, well, this is also January, so happy January, you guys. Happy 2018. We started it off immediately. I thought it was very significant that we started the month and year off with a Cancer full moon. Cancer is ruled by the moon, and this is the blue moon, right? You know that saying that people say, they say, oh, once in a blue moon. Once in a blue moon, this will happen. Well, it did happen in the beginning of this month, and it was very, very intense. You know, the moon was at home, Saturn was at home, and this opposition between between Cancer and Capricorn was very much felt. I believe all of us are collectively in a different cycle. So we had that full moon in Cancer on the 1st. Another very interesting thing, you guys, is that a lot of these months in January up until April, we have two moons. Usually we only have one full moon, but the way that time has lined up, and yes, it can be explained. It can be explained in a logical way. February only has 28 days, but I believe that this is an energetic thing. This is energetically designed. This is divine. This is meant to be. We have 2 moons in January. We have 2 full moons in February and March, and in April the moons finally get back on track. So very exciting, very intense energy, right? I'm sure you all can feel it. So we started the month off full moon in Cancer. January 2nd, Uranus went direct in Aries. Uranus is the ruling planet of Aquarius, so Aquarius. Maybe you guys have felt a little bit more of a relief. I know when Neptune went direct, I felt very forward-minded. I felt I could move forward spiritually. So congratulations, Aquarius. Your ruling planet is finally direct. All the planets are direct right now, guys. This is a huge green light for the universe, for us to go, fight your battles, persevere, move forward, keep going, don't give up. All the things that we wanted to do, we can do them. The planets are rooting for us. So yes, we had Uranus go direct right after the full moon. On January 11th, Mercury entered Capricorn. We have a Capricorn stellium right now, you guys. There are so many planets in Capricorn. We have the moon in Capricorn. Mercury is now in Capricorn. The sun is in Capricorn. Venus has entered Capricorn. Venus entered Capricorn, I believe, the end of last month. We also have Pluto in Capricorn. So this is a super stellium. So much. No wonder my Capricorn rising wanted to dress in army war material, war paint. This is very much a war. And we need to rise up as soldiers against anything that stands in the way between us and our own success. We have a new moon in Capricorn tomorrow. And I wanted to get these videos uploaded before the new moon so that you could have your January messages. I always try to get my videos uploaded before the new moon. So we have a very, very intense new moon in Capricorn where and I think I'm going to do a whole new video. I'm going to do a whole video on the new moon, you guys, so that we can get these messages out clear. So do look out for that. I told you I would be coming out with a lot more videos. January 17th, Venus enters Aquarius. So right after that new moon, isn't it interesting how we have this intense energy? This is going to ground us, and like I said, we'll talk about the new moon in my new moon in Capricorn videos. I'm going to record those in the next few days as well. Venus enters Aquarius January 17th. The sun enters Aquarius on the 19th. Few days. We are rocking and rolling, guys. We are moving on strong. January 26th, Mars moves into Sagittarius. We'll talk more about that in the Sagittarius video, guys. And then, at the end of this month, we end this month with a gnarly full moon total lunar eclipse in Leo. Okay? We had an eclipse in Leo back in August, so this energy is coming back around, you guys. And then, right after that, on the same day, end of the month, January 31st, we end the month with Mercury entering the alien realm of Aquarius. I'm not sure if you guys know how intense this is. I'm not sure if you know the meaning. And for those of you who don't, Pisces Priestess is going to be here to interpret these things creatively in my thorough way that I usually do in my videos. A lot of stuff, guys, a lot of stuff going on. And obviously there are a lot of different battles, even our own country. I do believe that this is the dawning of a change. I do believe that, and I'm not trying to be Oprah here, Oprah's an Aquarius, but she's right. There is change on the horizon. And I declare, and I see, and I feel that there will be, so over the next 6 months, we will see the beginning of changes in our government. We will see the beginning of changes in our police force. We will see the beginning of changes in the laws of this land. That is what the 10th house is about, and we have the moon and the sun here, you guys. So change is on the way, grounded change. New moons are all about the beginning of things, planting the seeds for the future. So the next 6 months, you guys, it won't be only us who are changing, but our world is changing as well. And when the world changes, we change. And when we change, the world changes. We're all changing together. But before that change can take place, we have to fight for change. Like all of the great historical figures of this country have said before. So guys, welcome to your January videos. Welcome to a new year. Welcome to a new calling. Welcome to the battle. And let's do it together. I do hope that these videos are helpful this month. And I do hope that they are relatable. And I'm really excited to relay these messages to you. So I hope you enjoy your metaphorical mountains. See you in a little bit, guys, in your other videos. Hi Virgo, welcome to your January video. This is Pisces Priestess. Not sure if you guys watched my intro video or not, but I am doing a 10 card spread for you for January. And I'm going to reveal to you the obstacles that you're fighting and the mountains that you're climbing, metaphorical mountains. They've been pretty interesting readings so far, so I'm really excited to read for you. As far as the astrology, I did mention all that in the beginning, and I'll be doing future astrology videos on my channel. But, you know, for now, I feel that it's only important that you know that this is all about your 11th house and your 5th house. Your 11th house is Cancer, and we experienced a full moon in Cancer on January 1st. So we started the year off with a very gnarly blue moon in Cancer, very, very potent. Very, very emotional. Not sure if you guys have been feeling the feels, feeling the emotions, but very, very much present in our universe. So we had a full moon there in your 11th house of community and groups and friends and faith and wishes. That is your 11th house. So you could be emotional about some of those things, about the groups of people around you and things like that, the community, things on the internet. That's all the 11th house. And the 11th house is actually Aquarius. But for you, your 11th house is Cancer. And full moons are completions and new beginnings. So you could be making new friends, ending old friendships, either or. You could also be changing certain endings happening in communities. So that might be moving for some of you, few of you. So yeah, new beginnings and endings when it comes to your community and when it comes to the service you are, like the humanitarian aspects of life, you know, and that kind of plays out within our friendships and things like that. Now, tomorrow on the 16th, we have a new moon in Capricorn. And new moons are kind of different than full moons because full moons are when things are ending and beginning. Well, new moons are when we kind of talk about, think about, reflect on the things that we would like to complete and begin in our future. So the new moon tomorrow in your 5th house of pleasure and children is tomorrow. And, you know, for any of you who want to set intentions about your futuristic pleasures, you know, it'll be a beautiful time to do that. So we're going to just cut your little deck here. I shuffled the cards before your reading, but we'll just go ahead and do that again. So Virgo, what is it that you guys are battling? What is your final boss about? What is your mountain going to be filled with? Virgo is always climbing certain mountains, especially in their mind. But we'll see what you're battling here in the beginning of January, at the beginning of the year. So I feel that a lot of these mountains and a lot of these battles are actually from, you know, the crazy year of 2017 that we had. So we're gonna start out. We had some cards just fall out there. Yep. Definitely dealing with some darkness there, Virgo. Definitely dealing with some, and we do have an opposition here. We have Cancer at the bottom of the deck, and then, oh, Cancer and Capricorn. There you go. We have the Capricorn is your 5th house and Cancer is your 11th house. You see this here? We have the Capricorn new moon. The devil is the Capricorn card, for those of you who don't know. So Capricorn and Cancer are opposite signs. So interesting that Spirit would show you that directly, Virgo. And we do have some rather painful energies there, but you know, I have a very unique way of seeing things. So just hang on there and we'll get the rest of your reading. I mean, come on now, Virgo, you're an angel, right? And the devil was an angel as well. So, of course, Virgo is going to be dealing with some rather gnarly energies. Right, Virgo? Right, Virgo? We have your card coming out here with the Ace of Swords. So, it's very important that you are communicating your pain, Virgo. because Virgo can feel very alone sometimes in their pain. So it's your foundation is here. This is the foundation of your mountain. We have the Devil card, the Ten of Swords, the Ace of Swords, and the Hermit. So I want to get your whole mountain so that I can see this as a whole. Whew, Virgo. It's okay though, because I'm here to... Oh, Virgo. Oh, Virgo. Oh, Virgo. We have a lot of interesting cards coming out for you. Seeing things from an enlightened perspective. Okay, 2 more cards for Virgo, and we have their mountain. You guys are kind of reaching out, I feel. Because usually, you know, your cards take some time to come out. But these cards just literally flip, flip, flip. So your spirit guides were very much ready to deliver a message to you, Virgo. So let's get another card to put by the High Priestess for Virgo, please. What is the spiritual battles for Virgo? Some of you may be experiencing a temporary confusion. I do see that. I see the Judgment card and the Ace. We have the Ace of, wow, the World. And, I mean, this is just a lot of cards here that just fell out. But I do have the 7 of Cups, the Emperor, the 7 of Wands. So there's an emotional battle going on with Virgo. But there are certain celebrations when it comes to change. And the Judgment card is here for second chances and a reawakening. The Empress card, maybe some single Virgos going on. And then we have the Ace of Cups and the Ace of Wands and the Wheel of Fortune. So, wow, Virgo. A lot of messages there. Maybe some of that stuck out to you. I'm not sure. But what is it, Spirit? I just need one card here for Virgo to put up by the High Priestess. And we have, well, both of your cards just fell out. So the Ace of Cups goes right here by the High Priestess. And then we have the top of your mountain. Woohoo! The 9 of Cups, Virgo. So there we go. And at the bottom of the deck, we have communication with a soulmate. So very, very nice. I can kind of feel the energy of your reading already. And hang tight at the ending of your reading, because I have... a giveaway that I'm doing, because I reached more than 500 followers. So as a token of my gratitude, I'm going to be pulling a card from this deck to reveal something secretive to you, Virgo. Excuse me. Okay, so let's start with the foundation of your reading, because it's the beginning of your battle. It's the beginning of your mountain here. These first 4 cards. So the first card out, well, they kind of came out together. They actually came out like this. The Devil card and the Ten of Swords came out. Now, this is a very dark and painful energy, Virgo. Now, I'm a Pisces, and I love Virgo, and I have a lot of earth energy. So when I do these readings for Virgo, nothing but the truth comes out. And, you know, I know Virgo can be kind of private about their private life, so I don't want you to feel too exposed here. This is just me and you. And I guess anybody else who wants to cross-watch may, you know, but I'm speaking to you. And I have only you in mind when I'm talking about this. So it's at the best interest of your heart. So the Devil card. We have a lot of subconscious pain here. The Devil card is a subconscious energy. And we say that because there are no doors. There's no way to enter or exit the Devil card. So this is a subconscious energy. And I see here that this is the 10 of Swords. So sword energy is all about mental. It's all about communication, right? And you do have a few sword cards here in your reading. So Virgo, you're ruled by Mercury. Mercury is in Capricorn. So this may be a Mercury and Capricorn energy, because we have the Capricorn card with a tremendous amount of Mercury, or of mental energy. So Mercury and Capricorn could very well be adding a little bit of a dark element. But I don't see that for all of you. I see that this is just a lot of pain that you've been carrying around for a lot of time. You could possibly feel like you're chained to this pain. But I do see here that, you know, we do have a 10 card. And whenever we have a 10 card like that, you know, it does symbolize a completion. So I want you guys to know that once you fight this mountain, once you fight this final boss, and for some of you, the final boss that you're fighting, I mean, you're an angel. Virgos are angels, so you can't really expect the angels of the universe to have an easy battle. Like the final boss for you has to match your strength. So, you guys are so we literally have the angel and the devil here for your reading. It literally starts, so there's a lot of light and there's a dark down here. So this is like so beautiful. And I know that sounds weird, Virgo, but the energy that I feel from the heavens is not concerning me. I can feel spirit as I'm talking to you. And I see that you're really going to overcome this mentally. The devil, keep a lookout for my future video. I'm going to be doing a video about I'm going to explain this card, because a lot of people view this card as so negative. But it's just, it comes up for people who are literally dealing with subconscious demons. Now, subconscious demon, that of course includes drugs and alcohol. So you may know someone experiencing some sort of codependent addiction. Now, we can be addicted to damn near anything. Virgo, you could be addicted to analyzing things. You could be addicted to a person, place, or thing. Drugs, alcohol, whatever it may be. But for some of you, the final boss that you're fighting, the final mountain that you're climbing is one of the subconscious pain. And you may feel chained to this pain. You may not be alone. This is also a twin flame relationship that is going through a lot of pain. And this is happening on a rather mental level, but I do think that this pain is very physical as well. I think that this pain has been going on for so long, Virgo, that you do feel this very physically. So, a lot of pain here. But it's completing. Your mental status is growing, and as an angel, you are always willing to see the light within the dark. So we have this dark, but we have this little strip of light here. And I mean, you've been through a lot of pain, Virgo, and I want you to know that I do feel that, and I do hear that, and I do see you. I see your pain, Virgo, and it's mental pain, And I just want to remind you guys that to see the light, for some of those of you who are struggling, because there's no light in this picture at all. And this figure here, this could be your dark side. This could be someone that you know. I think you guys are going to know what this devil is in your life. It could be a work situation, but it's a situation that makes you feel trapped inside your own mind. It makes you feel trapped inside your own pain. It makes you feel like there's no way out. Like you're always going to feel this pain, but the worst is over. This mountain, this is a really honest reading that Spirit gave you, because I see that this is very honest. And there's a lot of darkness here, but there's always a way out. Even through a subconscious realm, there's a way out through the light. So you want to make sure that you're seeing the light, and that you're not binding yourself to a person, place, or thing that is causing you this much pain, Virgo, because times are changing, and it's very much time for us to rise above what's been challenging us for years. So we have that starting off your reading, and then we literally have you in the need to communicate, right? This is a sword card as well. So we have a lot of mental energy, but here we have the Ace of Swords, which is a gift from the universe. Certain mental clarity from the universe coming in. This is the hand of the universe coming in to give Virgo this Ace of Swords in order to communicate. You guys are the Mercury card. You guys are Mercury ruled. Mercury has everything to do with communication, and as I said, Mercury is in Capricorn. So, if we're not paying attention to that, then we may fall into some sort of dark communication, some sort of dark argument, something like that. Well, if you stick to the light, and if you use this Ace of Swords, Virgo, you can use this Ace of Swords to, this person is just subconsciously defeated. This devil has had a hold of some of you Virgos for a very long time. But as soon as you rise up and grab this sword of righteousness that the universe gives you, you're going to be able to cut these chains away from you. And you're going to cut this demon right out of your life. And with it is going to leave that pain as well. You can cut the pain and the subconscious chains that are a hold of you with this Ace of Swords, and you have the Ace of Swords. These two cards came out together, and these two cards came out together. So how beautiful for the universe to show you your strength and to show you that you can get up and you don't have to lie there and take this pain. All you have to do is find your voice, Virgo. Find your light and communicate. Now, this is the Virgo reading. So when I see this card, I definitely think Virgo. I always think Virgo for this card. But it does mean isolation. You know, when someone is this down and out, when someone is going through this great deal of mental pain, because I do think this is physical for some of you, but I also see this as subconscious and mental as well. I'm really, really leaning more towards that. Because Virgo is a very physical being. It's kind of hard to hurt Virgo physically. Because they're very physically strong people. Because you're an earth sign. So I think the way to get to you, the way that this demon gets to you is through your mind. Because they know, this demon knows that you guys analyze everything. It knows that you're detail oriented. It knows that you care a lot about being on time and doing things the right way. So the way to get to Virgo is to make them feel that they're making mistakes. To make them feel that they're not good enough. And this demon has that power, but not for much longer. Because you have to take back your mental power from this son of a bitch. Whoever this person, and this may be an actual entity. It might not be a physical thing that you can see. Remember how I was just saying that it's probably mental? Well, a lot of us are fighting very, very, you know, there are energies in the universe. It's not a person or a place, it's energy. And I know that you understand that, Virgo. So speaking of that energy, you know, you need to call upon a lighter force, the universe. And you see these mountains down here? And this is your mountain right here. Well, it's a mountain of truth. Because we have this Ace of Swords and then we have these mountains down here. So you need to climb these mountains with your voice, finally. Virgos, you know, a lot of you struggle with throat chakra issues. A lot of you struggle to find your truth and to find your voice, but here it is. And it came out right with you, right with your card. So this is like, maybe for some of you, this is coming out with the truth that you just want to be alone. And a lot of people don't know Virgo is going through this. You know, a lot of people don't know Virgo is going through this. But you may finally just mentally decide for yourself that it's time for you to just be alone for a while, since the Hermit card means isolation. You know, after a period like this, Virgo, after a period like that, it's really important for you to go inwards and to heal your own self. This card is all about reflection. It's all about reflecting on your own inner light. And I feel that that's important to do after a period like this, because only you can save you, right? That's why the Devil card is so interesting, because these people are not being held here. The chains are much bigger than their necks. So at any point in time, they can just lift those chains around off their necks. It's not like they're super small or anything. It's not like there's a lock and a key. No, they're just staying there. You know, this is the Lover's card gone bad. So at any point in time, but they're being manipulated to stay there. They think that they don't have any way out. They think that they have to stay there. They think that that's their fate. But it's not your fate, Virgo. You can decide to speak your truth and to break free from those chains and to spend some time healing yourself. Make the mental decision to heal your own mind and to heal yourself from your own mental anxieties and fears, right? So very beautiful foundation to start with. I mean, it does start rather dark, but these cards came out in twos. So I know that they relate to each other. And we have these two sword cards right in the middle. So this is about communicating your pain and communicating in a truthful way about everything that you've been through, Virgo, so that people know who you really are. You know, a lot of this Capricorn energy has to do with speaking your truth and your own integrity, revealing your true character, right? And it's interesting that part of revealing the true character of a Virgo right now is coming out with a lot of the truth about the pain that you've been through. So some of you might be speaking out to people about some of the darknesses that you've experienced as angels. And, you know, it might feel uncomfortable at first, but it's going to do you well. And I just want to point out the fact that we have you standing on the top of a mountain here, Virgo. So, you know, you're always going to make it through these obstacles. You know, you're really already on top of the mountain anyways. It's just your physical body that needs to catch up with you. So I see a strong need for Virgo to communicate their darkness. And, you know, that's how the devil stays where he is, because these two people aren't communicating with each other. So for as long as you're not communicating, you know, you're going to stay right where you are. But if you break free and you voice, there's power in your words, Virgo. I know a lot of you feel that what you say doesn't matter, you know, and that's so interesting because Mercury literally rules Virgo and Gemini. But perhaps since Gemini is the third house of communication, and maybe since they're ruled by Mercury too, maybe that leaves Virgo feeling very left unheard. And I see that in your reading as well. So let's climb your mountain a little bit, Virgo, and see how things turn out. So we have the Eight of Swords next up. Very trapped energy. You know, this is another one of those mentally trapped energies. And I say that because this is the Eight of Swords. And swords have to do with mental energies. But look at this lady. She's surrounded by these swords. And this is a mental prison. What do you know? This is a mental prison as well. So Virgo, you know, you guys are very susceptible to mental prisons right now. And it's all to make you feel, there's like a lot of negative energy after you guys because you're angels. And, you know, it's trying to keep you from communicating so that you can just feel like this. It's trying to keep you from seeing certain things. It's trying to keep you from seeing the light. You see? Even right here, something's trying to keep you from seeing the light. And it's honestly pissing me off. And I'm going to send you guys a lot of positive energy because I love you guys. And it's trying to make you think that you're stuck here. See, these two cards have a lot to do with each other. Because there's some sort of force, whether it be a real person or whether this be energetic. But there's, whether this is either you just feeling this way, I don't know, but it's not healthy. And I see that you feel stuck. And you can't see and you can't move and you feel stuck where you are. You can't see and you can't move and you feel stuck where you are. So either way, you feel chained in a mental prison. But one of the things about the Eight of Swords is that it's only in your mind, Virgo. And now mental prisons are just as scary and just as difficult as real prisons. I would rather be in a physical prison than a mental prison because it's a lot harder to find your way out of a mental prison than it is to find your way out of a physical one. So I'm not trying to downplay your pain because I know that it's very serious. And I see that you're blind, Virgo, and you're bound. But I like to think of this as toilet paper, the binds. So it'd be really easy to break through. But another thing about this card, Virgo, is that this woman, she's actually not placing her feet in the water. So this mental prison is due to the fact of emotional abandonment. Virgo, I know that you're the opposite of Pisces and you're an earth sign. And like a lot of earth signs, you can be very emotionally distant. Even with yourself, like a lot of people complain that Virgos are emotionally distant from them. Well, you ever thought of why? It's because they're emotionally distant from their self. They're emotionally distant because no one has ever showed them the care that they deserve. Like people are so mean to Virgos. You know, and they can't handle your eye for detail. So they try to blind you. They can't handle how physical you are, so they try to bind you. You're blinded and you're binded. And this is a force that has tried everything to slow you down, Virgo. But don't worry. You're going to persevere through this. You are going to beat this. Your final battle looks really tough. But you have a lot of angelic support on your side. The trick is, Virgo, is through your emotion. And I know that is really weird, right? The devil thinks, this demon, this negative energy thinks that you're not going to be smart enough. Oh, Virgo will never find out that emotions are the way through. Virgos are so emotionally cold, they'll be imprisoned forever. Well, sorry, demon. They have Pisces Priestess helping them out. And I'm going to tell them the truth. This mental prison, you know, you're probably stuck in your mind because you don't know how you feel, Virgo. You need to take a minute. You need to take the time out in order to, for once, check on how you feel. I know people don't ask you that a lot. Like, hey, how, you guys come off as such okay people. You always seem okay, but You're not. You go through a lot of darkness, Virgo, and I know that, but not everybody knows that. And you hardly speak about that. And I see that in your reading. So, you want to get back in touch with your emotions, Virgo, because how you feel matters. I don't know what happened to you in your lifetime. I don't know who it was that made you feel that your emotions didn't matter, but they do, Virgo. Your emotions matter just as much as they matter for everyone else. And we can't have you in this mental prison. We can't. Because you are a mental person. Virgo is all about logic. Virgo is all about mental stability. And this is the perfect prison for a Virgo. Okay? And I feel that you want to pay attention to the way that you feel throughout all this so that, you're not stuck so much inside your mind. Now, we place this card right here, and it's with the Devil card and the Ten of Swords. So I see here the universe is telling me that you're trapped subconsciously and mentally, but it's because of your pain. You're trapped alone in some sort of pain that you're feeling that you can't make sense of, because here's two cards where you didn't quite make it to your emotion. You see there in the Ten of Swords how he didn't make it to the water, and how in the Eight of Swords she's not in the water either. So there's some sort of, maybe you've avoided your emotions for too long, Virgo, so now you're just overwhelmed, and you might have created a really dark figure inside of yourself. We all have our own demons, so you want to communicate that you're in this prison. You want to take this Ace of Swords. I mean, you have a lot of sword cards. You have the Ten of Swords, the Eight of Swords, and the Ace of Swords. But at the bottom of your reading, we do have the Queen of Swords, who knows how to use sword energy very well. So at the bottom of your deck, you do have a very strong mental energy. So you're going to come out of this very, very strong mentally. This is the secret is that this demon was assigned to you just to teach you. Not everything is dark, Virgo. But this battle is very important for you, so because there's something that you need to prepare for. There's something that you need to prepare for mentally, because what's coming next, this is getting you ready for it. So this energy has everything to do with that subconscious devil, and it has everything to do with the Ten of Swords. So you feel trapped and alone in your emotional pain, and you're actually blind to the pain as well, Virgo. You're trying not to see it, but you feel it, and you're not used to that. You're like, what the fuck is going on? I thought if it was out of sight, out of mind, but no. You feel very stuck. Now let's move on here to the Tower. The Tower, well, it's the Tower. And this is when things fall down. This is inevitable change. And I like to see this because, Virgo, you are like so perfect, right? I'm not making fun of you. I'm being honest. You guys you play so close attention to detail that you hardly ever make a mistake, right? But when you do make a mistake, Now see, I have a Virgo very close to me in my life, and she's that way too. She doesn't really like to make a mistake, and when she does make a mistake, she has to logically explain why she made that mistake. So that, Virgos are real beat up. Like, a lot of people make fun of them. And Virgo is afraid to make mistakes sometimes because they don't want the blame to be on them. They don't want things to be their fault because they try so hard not to upset anybody and not to fail anyone. I understand. But this is the universe coming in so that not even a Virgo can fix this situation. Because Virgo, you can fix a car that just blew up. Like, you could drive away in a car that just blew up to bits. You could put it all back together. You fix the unfixable is what I'm trying to say. But this is the unfixable that you can't fix. And this is when the universe, because, Virgo, I know you're an angel, but we do have a creator and we do have a universe. And there's something in your life that needs to fall apart for good. And it's okay for it to fall apart, because this is the mountain that you're climbing. This is also transformation. This is like a Scorpio card. So what happens after that, like this castle that's burning and falling apart, it just wasn't meant to be anymore. And that's why these two people are jumping out. Like, you could be, it's interesting. We have this masculine and this feminine character that are chained together here. So you could be in some sort of twin flame union or something. And, you guys finally decide to leave a certain situation together. You know, you jump ship out of some sort of dark castle. I mean, this place was on fire. You see that place? It's cloudy, it's crumbling, it's on fire. It's just not meant for you guys anymore. And it crumbles down, okay? So this is the part of the reading where everything changes for you, Virgo. Everything changes for you, and the universe comes down and says, no, this situation needs to end. Maybe it's kind of this is something that has ended a lot of times before, but it hasn't ended quite like this. This is when it ends permanently, and it's fucked up beyond repair. And now this is the middle of your reading. So the main message here with your reading is about the Tower. You know, Virgo, this is about fixing the unfixable. You know, you can't fix everything, Virgo. Sometimes, you know, you're not meant to fix things. And it doesn't have to be your fault. It doesn't matter whose fault it was. Try not to beat yourself up, because look at what you've already been through. Look at this swords and shit. You know, let it go. Let it fall, Virgo. You fixed it and you fixed it and you fixed it. You actually kept yourself bound to stay here. You kept yourself chained. You know, maybe it was a person that you were trying to fix. Maybe it was a situation. You guys are very loyal people. So whether this is a work situation or a family situation or a relationship situation, you went through a lot of pain trying to keep this situation stable. You were actually under here, letting this tower weigh you down. You know, people didn't even know. Some people don't even know that there are Virgos everywhere that are the fucking foundation. So what I'm saying is, if you were to leave this situation, maybe this is when you finally decide to leave it. You finally decide to break free from these chains in this prison, and then everything all of a sudden falls apart, because what do you know? Virgo was the one that was keeping everything together. People need to respect you more. So this Tower card is the middle. This is all centered around some sort of falling apart situation. This is inevitable change, and I would embrace it. Don't be afraid of the chaos, Virgo. You can clean it up later. You can clean up the remains later. And this has everything to do with the Ten of Swords and the Ace of Swords. So there's some sort of, I think this is mental. I don't think that you guys are literally going to see this. I think you're going to feel this. And I think you're going to think about this. I think this is your mind. Like, this could be the mind of Virgo. See all that going on? Virgo on the outside is very well put together, but on the inside, you're dealing with the Eight of Swords and the Ten of Swords and the Devil and all of these energies. So let it fall, because something better is going to be built. So we do have that there. A lot of fire, a lot of smoke. And it's interesting that this is a mountain. This is something that was built on a mountain. But see, you're climbing a different mountain now, Virgo. So something falls apart mentally, because we have the Ace of Swords and the Ten of Swords. So there is a completion. And you need to speak your truth about what you want to end and what you want to transform. Speak your truth about the imprisonment. Now, I do feel that this situation is going to fall apart. You see how this can be good? Because we don't want you to be in the Eight of Swords, Virgo. You know, and it's interesting that in the distance of that Eight of Swords, you see that castle back there? It kind of looks like this. She may feel unhappy. There's someone here that's listening that doesn't feel happy at home. They feel stuck there. And they really just, you know, they feel that they have to stay there, but you don't. The only reason you're staying there, Virgo, is because you're an earth sign and because you don't honor the way that you feel very much. But I feel that earth signs are finally coming to, you know, I mean, there are Capricorns and Virgos and Tauruses everywhere that are dealing with so much emotional manipulation just because they're earth signs. But see, there's a Pisces and a Scorpio and a Cancer. Like, demons can't get to Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio the same way. They get to us financially. They make us stress out about finances. But with Virgo and Taurus and Capricorn, they make you guys feel stuck mentally. And that's just something that I know. And that's the situation that's going to be falling apart, thank goodness. Because it's going to force you to communicate your pain. You know, that's rock bottom. And it's interesting, Virgo, we have the Hanged Man coming up next. And this card talks all about seeing something from a different point of view. So it's literally the Devil and the Ten of Swords and the Eight of Swords, this prison, these chains, this pain. That's what you need to see from a different point of view. The universe is literally begging you to see this from a different point of view. This man has temporarily made himself uncomfortable just for a little bit. He's tied himself to a tree, Virgo, trees are Virgos, earth. So, you know, it may not make logical sense is what I'm trying to say. Because you're going to have to temporarily take on the energy of a different person. You know, someone who doesn't care that this doesn't make logical sense. Someone who's just going to trust the universe. Because what's going to happen is you're going to gain enlightenment from this position. By hanging upside down like this, by seeing a situation from a different point of view, letting go, you're going to gain enlightenment. And you're going to see something from a different point of view. You know, I know Virgo, you guys have a specific way of seeing something. Because, I mean, as soon as you're born, it's like you're born with like a mind of a genius. And from very young children, Virgos analyze things and they understand things mentally. Very strong and smart people. So it can be very hard for you guys to change your perception on something because there's not much that you don't understand. But the universe is telling me that there is something about this situation that Virgo is literally going to have to see from a different perspective. And you have free will. So the universe can't make you do this, but this is the advice for you. And it comes right after this Tower. So you go ahead and try to make logical sense out of this if you want, Virgo. But it seems as if you're mentally trapped anyways, so you don't want to make that worse, right? So maybe it's best if you see something from an emotional standpoint for once, or from a spiritual standpoint for once, because you guys are angels. You know, you can't act entirely emotionless. You're not invincible. So you're being asked to look at something from a different point of view, and you're being asked to look at the truth from a different point of view, because we have this card right here, and it literally is being validated by the Virgo card, you. And it's validated by the Ace of Swords. So you're literally being asked to see this mountain in a different way. You know, don't be upset at the universe. Don't ask, why me, universe? Why am I going through? Why the devil, universe? Why all these? Because this is pretty gnarly, guys. I'm not going to lie. The beginning of your reading was pretty intense here. The Tower, come on now. But then we have this beautiful angelic energy that shines through. And I love that this card came up for you, because it's the universe's way of saying, you know, there's beauty hidden here. There's a completely different logic that you're going to tap into. Your mind is actually transforming, Virgo, and we knew that from the beginning of your reading because we have the Ten of Swords. So there's just a certain way of thinking that has to go. It has to crumble down and die because it's keeping you in a position. You know, I know that this was working for you for X amount of years, but now the universe wants something better for you. And I know that you're starting to want better for you too, and you're gaining enlightenment. So you may be uncomfortable with this way of thinking just for a minute, just at the beginning. But as time goes on, it becomes a part of you. So you're being asked, literally Virgo is being asked to see their light from a different perspective. You know, I know that you have a certain way of thinking. But there's a truth in this situation that's going to set you free. And the truth is going to set you free. You need to see this truth that the universe gives you from a different angle, because it's going to enlighten you. In your mind, you're going to grow. Mentally, spiritually, physically, you're going to grow. So as we climb even more up your mountain, we have the High Priestess. The High Priestess is literally so spiritual. She is so spiritual. She sits in between the pillars of light and dark. She is beyond the veil. So, see, the High Priestess does not give one fuck about logic. Logic was created so that the High Priestess, you know, logic is her bitch. You know what I mean? Like, she does not let logic rule her life, because she knows that logic is there just so that her spirituality has a place to be. So, logic wouldn't even be here if it wasn't for the High Priestess. The High Priestess was nice to us, and she said, you know, humans are really going to need some sort of logic, some sort of physical explanation for this. So I guess I'll give them numbers and ABCs and houses to live in. But see, the High Priestess herself, she knows the whole universe. She's like the angel of the universe, and she knows all the secrets to life and death and everything in between. So, you know, this is your intuition, Virgo. This is you being very, very spiritual. And some people, some people say that this is a secretive card, but only because the High Priestess knows everything. So Virgo, you have a very strong intuition, and in a way, I believe that you know a lot of things as well. So this is you really trusting your intuition after you see something from a different point. Like I told you that you were going to gain enlightenment, right? You see how his head is it control, like it's surrounded by light. And it's because the truth set you free. The Ace of Swords is the truth, and that's what card is right underneath this card. Ace of Swords is right here, right by this guy. So once you give in, but see Virgo, the universe is not going to make you. Even angels have free will. So you're going to have, after this tower, I don't think you're going to have much of a choice. But some of you stubborn Virgos might fight this to the very end. Hopefully after watching this video, you just go through with it. And you let the universe show you this new perspective that you need to take about this prison. Like it's got a new perspective that's going to set you free from these gnarly energies right here. The Ten of Swords, the Eight of Swords, and the Devil. So once you suspend yourself upside down and see something from and I know Virgo, I know logic, but this is not logical. This is finding out something from a different angle, but you literally have to hang upside down in order to see it. You can't see it, you know. And I know you guys are such good analyzers, but please listen to me. Please analyze it in a little bit of a different way. Maybe don't analyze it at all. You just need to change some sort of way that you're looking at something in this situation. Because, you know, you gain so much knowledge after that. More knowledge than you've ever had before. And this card here is being validated by the Tower and by the Eight of Swords. So I do see that there's some sort of spiritual breakdown to where Virgo is very in touch with their intuition now. You know, they follow their intuition and jump fucking ship. Like they're like, you're like that person that literally wouldn't have went on the Titanic, because you're like, this ship is about to sink. And then there's some dickhead that's like, this is the unsinkable Titanic. Like it's not gonna sink. And you're like, I'm an angel. The universe is telling me that this ship is going to sink. That's why you need to listen to your emotions, because you know, this demon had a control over you because for so long you weren't listening to your emotions. So yeah, you had no problem staying in situations like this. But as soon as you get back in touch with the emotional side and your feelings, then you start seeing things from a different point of view. Like, hold up, this ship is about to sink. This is about to fall apart. Hold on a second. I have to really get in touch with my inner angel. And this is about, you know, temporarily abandoning logic. Because there's something here that's a spiritual truth. It's not a logical or like you're very mentally trapped right now, Virgo. Or you were, or whatever. You're going to be, or I don't know where all you are on this reading. But mentally trapped. Just a lot of mental trap. But you end the reading very mentally strong. And the High Priestess is just, she just knows everything. She's strong in every way of the aspect. Mentally, physical, emotional, all of it. She's just spiritual like that. And she honors her light and her dark. So that's why you have to see things from a different point of view, because the light was supposed to happen. The dark is supposed to happen. The dark creates the light. The light creates the dark. And it's both that work off of each other. Without one, we can't have the other. So as I was saying, the whole Titanic thing, it kind of reminded me of Final Destination. So there is some sort of final destination that you're reaching, but if you watch those movies, there's always someone who has these kind of psychic gifts, and there's always this logical prick that's like, they think that they're crazy, they get gaslighted, and then what they said wound up happening, and then they get looked at as crazy. Like, how did you know that was going to happen? Well, you might be feeling a little bit like that, Virgo, because you start to see things before they happen, and you start to feel things before they occur. You know, you really might be growing in a way where, you know, logic isn't really the same for you, and that's why you're being mentally trapped. You know, I'm telling you, this demon did this on purpose to you, so that you could no longer rely just on your mind or just on your physical body. It's time for you to explore the emotional realms. It's time for Virgo to explore the spiritual realm. Apply some of that logic to the spiritual realm. Pick up a tarot deck. Meditate. You'll be surprised. You are an angel, and it's just so unfortunate that the angels of our zodiac, Libra and Virgo, are so fucking mental and logical. It's like, we need you guys out here reading tarot, and I know that there's some Virgo tarot reader. I know that you guys are emotional and spiritual, but Why do you guys suppress it so much? Probably because other people do it for you. But yeah, there's some sort of the High Priestess is with the Eight of Swords. So I feel that that's what is going to help you through this Tower moment, is possibly seeing it happening before it comes. But you're not going to be able to, that's not, you logically explain that to me. Logically explain how someone has a premonition. You know, it just, logic only goes so far, and then there's God. Okay? So you have to understand that there's a spiritual element here of the light and the dark. And I feel that that's the way out of these prisons, is this High Priestess. This spiritual aspect that every Virgo has inside of them. And that is what's going to set you free. You know, instead of just knowing logical, you're going to just choose to be this kind of all-knowing. Like, where before you just thought it was important to know mental things and to know financial situations. Virgo is very, very good at physical knowledge. You know, like fixing tires and cooking and things like that. But a lot of you, for the majority of you, stray away from the spiritual aspect of life. Well, you're being called. And it's like you're going to realize that when your usual tactics aren't helping you break free from this demon. You know, you guys have a mental demon attached to you. And the only way that you can get free, you know, he knows you're mental. He's inside your own mind. So he literally knows all your little tricks, and he knows that your every move. You know, he can read your mind, but ain't nobody got nothing on the High Priestess. And she's right here to help you get free from that prison. And she's there to help you when the tower crashes down. And don't worry, because a substantial amount of healing happens after that as well. New love. And here's these emotions that you've been keeping in. Here's these emotions. You know, I understand why you were afraid, Virgo. Because you put your feet in a little bit of water and then boom, all of it pours down for you, right? And you get made fun of for feeling shit. But you finally reach the water. And since you've been through all this preparation, you literally embrace this Ace of Cups and you drink from it and you heal, and you're no longer afraid of your own emotions. You're no longer afraid of what you feel. You're no longer afraid to communicate and speak your truth about the pain that you've been through and the healing that you need. This is coming up right here by the High Priestess. So there's a spiritual healing that takes place in the middle of your reading. And it's beautiful, and you know, you're being asked to see emotions from a different point of view, because Virgo can have a rather harsh view of emotion. But you're very much being asked to see this emotion from a different point of view, especially the emotion that's caused by this tower, and that's caused by the Ten of Swords and the Eight of Swords, because that's all linked together. You know, everything falls down. Because you're trying so hard to be a mental person, but then you finally give in and you see things from a different point of view. You spend some time alone with your own mental, and a spiritual healing takes place, and you see emotions from a different point of view. You even see this tower. You're like, oh, that was meant to happen. You like embrace this tower. You're like, yes, because see, the High Priestess, she sees things from a different point of view. Like, she sees things differently. She's not afraid of her pain. She's not afraid of the dark. She's not afraid of the devil. She knows she's the one who designed this whole reading. Like, she knows like this guy, this devil, he has a very important position in your life, because he's the only one that could have caused so much darkness. And it takes a lot to get a Virgo down. So you got to wonder what it was in your life that caused this, right? Something very powerful, something that had an agreement with some sort of angel or something. And I just want you to know that this was meant to be. I'm not saying that you deserve it, Virgo. But I'm saying at the end of this battle, you are going to understand on a deeper level why this all occurred. Why everything fell apart. Why you experienced so much darkness. Because there's so much new love coming in for you. So much new healing and spiritual healing. It's just so beautiful, this top of your reading. And then we reach the actual top of your mountain, and you get to make a wish. Look at how content you are emotionally. So at the top of your mountain, you are literally comfortable. Look at Virgo. Look at Virgo surrounded by cups and not coins. Look at Virgo chilling emotionally instead of working so hard. Look at you free and not chained to a job or to a relationship. You're content on your own here. And you're completely content emotionally. Whereas before, you were running away from your emotions, which caused you an unbelievable amount of pain. I know you didn't even know that. Years have went on. Years have went by. and you've been okay with this emotional manipulation, but you're just not okay with it anymore, Virgo, because you're growing and because you are enlightened. You are enlightened. Okay, Virgo, y'all better look out for, if y'all cross watching for Virgo. Virgo is on one, and they are going to, your mountain is badass. The mountain that you're climbing is like an angelic mountain. And at the top of it is the Nine of Cups. So make a wish, Virgo, for anything that you want, anything that you need, anything that you want to come into your life, because this is a wish come true card. And if anybody deserves it, Virgo, it's you. You deserve it after everything falls apart so that you can have this kind of, some of you may be here at the top of your mountain already. It depends on who you are, but I just trust that this reading is going to relate to you. So here you are, very, very content and almost smug, you know, and you have every right to be. You've worked so hard emotionally, you've worked so hard spiritually, and now the universe is repaying you with the Nine of Cups, a wish. You can wish for anything you want, Virgo, and you have to believe that it's going to come true almost immediately. So the top of your mountain looks very promising. You look very content and safe within your emotions instead of avoiding them, instead of being trapped subconsciously, you know. And I know Virgo would probably much rather accomplish mental victory, but it's okay. Because the universe didn't leave you out, Virgo. You know, we didn't want you to get too soft on us, Virgo. We still need you guys to be assholes. We still need you guys to be kind of rough and mean and judgmental. But yeah, the Queen of Swords is like that. The Queen of Swords, you guys are just more comfortable like that. You don't like to show the emotional side. This isn't about showing your emotional side. This is about you subconsciously. This is not, I hope you don't know, I hope you didn't get it twisted, Virgo. This isn't about letting everybody, like, it is a little bit. It's about speaking your truth whenever you need to, but you don't have to be completely emotionally vulnerable. This is things that you did, the Eight of Swords, the Nine of, all these swords, this devil. This is happening inside your mind. So you kind of need to conquer it mentally is what the tarot is saying. It's not that you're a Virgo and you're always going to be a Virgo. You're always going to be an earth sign. You're always going to be grounded. You're not ever going to understand emotions, you know, like water signs, I guess. Just like water signs are never going to be physical or grounded like you guys. We all have a purpose. We all have a certain energy. Right? And you know, this devil at the beginning of the card could be your need to be mental. This is a Capricorn. Capricorns are even more assholes than Virgos. Capricorns, you ain't never going to get a Capricorn to feel anything, even though I know Capricorn does feel. But look at this card, like they're the devil card for a reason. They are all about, you know, it's this energy right here that's causing all of this, because all of the energy in the 10th house. And the 10th house is too serious to feel emotion. So Virgo, Capricorn season kind of tripped you up a little bit. It kind of made you feel, you know, you got stuck in that kind of earth energy, you know. But you don't want to lose your mental. And this Queen of Swords can help you with the 10 of Swords. This Queen of Swords can help you with the 8 of Swords and to cut this devil. You know, you don't need to be such a grounded person all the time. You can become grounded mentally. You can become grounded emotionally. You know, that's when you're a true master. You're a true master of perfection when you can be analytical, emotional, and physically and mentally, right? There's a lot of different ways to be these things. So you have the Ace of Swords and the Queen of Swords. So you have such strong mental energy, and you know, you do have a soulmate that you need to communicate with, or some sort of emotion. If it's not a soulmate, this is emotion coming back from the past. And this is an underlying energy. So this is kind of the energy underneath all this. This is just kind of clues to go with your reading. So you want to share the inner, you know, this is the inner child in you and the adult you. And this is the adult you, the future you and the past you. Sharing emotion. Because sometimes the reason why we become trapped emotionally is because we abandoned ourselves as children and other people abandoned us. So, you know, you want to become mentally clear about that. But for some of you, this really is a soulmate, because that's the soulmate card. And you want to be careful because we have the 5 of Swords underneath that. So, you know, this is a take energy. So you be careful. This is kind of a demon energy as well. But we have the Sun here. The Sun is shining on you, Virgo. The Sun in Capricorn is helping you more than it's hurting you. And you have the 10 of Pentacles as well. and Justice. So there is some completions here. Look at your reading. Wheel of Fortune, King of Cups. So there's a new passionate journey that Virgo goes on. Everything changes for you, Virgo. And there's justice that comes in. Ten of Pentacles, financial justice. So you have, maybe that's something that you guys wish for, is to feel more warm, and you're going to get, if there is any energies in your life that take from you, the sun is going to expose them. Speaking of exposing, I'm going to get you guys a card to reveal to you anything that is hidden in the shadows that you need to know. And your card came right out. And you got the same card as Leo. And you do have lust as well. So there may be something there with understanding lust, but you have understanding. This is the same card Leo got. And this card just flipped right over for you. So just similar to Leo, Virgo, this whole mountain that you're climbing, when you get to the top of it, you're really going to understand things from a different point of view. This is all about regaining mental clarity in a different way, though. Like you're not going to analyze the same way that you did before after you learn all these new tricks. And I think this is also saying that Virgo just really needs to be understood right now. This is understanding. You see how she's giving into her emotions? This is earth and water, but she's literally opening up her hands, surrendering to these emotions. So that's a very beautiful thing there. And it's the 43 up top. So that's the number 7. So this may have something to do with your relationships or that soulmate. Or it may have something to do with certain partnerships, but I just feel that you need to be understood in your relationships, especially with your emotional relationships with like family members and love life, So just keep that in mind, that the universe wanted to reveal to you that there's some sort of deeper understanding. You're going through all of this, this whole mountain, all these obstacles, you're going through it because you're meant to understand this. And you're going to have some sort of angelic understanding. This is enlightenment. Look how enlightened she is. You see all that light? Literally, just like the Hanged Man. She is literally so aware of her emotions now. Light. Look at this angel. And look at her, she's standing on the ground still. She's standing on earth, but she's aware of these emotions behind her, though. So embrace your emotions, Virgo. Embrace your emotions. Focus. You have the strength. Focus on your strength and you will understand the meaning. So this is your reading, Virgo, for January. This is your mountain. If you guys want to take a screenshot or anything like that, see it from a little bit of a different angle, here is your mountain. There you go. That is your mountain, Virgo. And at the top, you are content. You have emotional victory. You have a wish coming true. You're no longer chained. So if this confused you, if you have any additional questions, I will have all my information below for you guys to contact me. I am also ready to give personal readings, and I would love to work with some of you Virgos. Oh my gosh, I love Virgo. So if any of you would like a personal reading, way more in depth than this is for all Virgos. I could focus on just one of you. All you have to do is give me your birthday and your name, and I can just talk to spirit, and then I'll get you some profound messages. You can also make a donation to my channel, and I would definitely be willing to give you some sort of spiritual message because of that. And other than that, if you have any questions about anything like this, you can email me, Facebook me. I have all my information and social media below where you can reach me. And yeah, that's down below in the description box. And you can also just give me a comment if it's something real quick, or if you just want to let me know that you enjoyed or hated this reading. I love feedback. Give me a thumbs up or whatever, Virgo. Whatever, Virgo. Anything that you want. I just like to know that I was of help. So I am going to be recording a couple videos before the end of January. But other than that, I will talk to you guys in February. Love you, Virgo.